This is not the first time that Glenda has been depicted in merchandise holding some sort of gazing orb. Hello fellow Aussians, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at some figurines that were released during the 75th anniversary of MGM's The Wizard of Oz. These Wizard of Oz figures were released by Enesco in their Couture de Force line. All three of these figurines came in these emerald green striped boxes from Enesco, which featured the Wizard of Oz and the Couture de Force logos on the sides of the box. They also featured a sticker which tells you which figure is inside the box. Of all of the Couture de Force figurines that were released, these are the only ones that were released in these green striped boxes. Most of the other ones in this line are Disney characters, and those boxes are blue striped boxes. So if you should see these, in particular the top or just the bottom, out in the wild, you definitely know that this is the Wizard of Oz figures from this line and not the Disney ones. So let's take a closer look at the first figurine. And this is Dorothy. She's wearing a new couture designed dress, which is pretty cool. It has these different colored pink and red poppies on it. She's also sporting jewelry. This is one of the few instances in which I have seen Dorothy depicted wearing this much bling. She's got earrings, a pearl necklace, a pearl bracelet, and an emerald ring. For some reason with all of this jewelry, this particular figure always reminds me of Mardi Gras. And it's kind of fitting, at least where I got this figurine from, because I picked Dorothy up 5 years ago in an estate sale in Mississippi. And this was the only figurine out of this collection that person owned. So, at least for me, it kind of makes sense out of the three as to why they would have this one, because it kind of has that sort of carnival-like feel, and I don't really know why. But anyways, Dorothy is beautiful. And just like what we'll be seeing with all of these other ones, the 360 view of these figurines is absolutely fabulous. I love how the skirt is a high-low, so we get to see the ruby slippers, because, of course, we want to see the slippers. And it's also cool that Dorothy has her hairdo from the later half of the MGM film, which we also don't typically see in Wizard of Oz merchandise. So, yet again, there's a lot of really unique aspects of this particular figurine that I really like. The next one we'll be looking at is the Wicked Witch. And the Witch is the more unique, I would say, out of the three, in that she's more of a multimedia kind of figurine, because she's got this feather detail, and she also has this string and beads attached to her broomstick. None of the other figurines in this line have other elements attached to the figurines. She also is sporting a newly designed dress like Dorothy. She also features poppies just like Dorothy, but I do like the inclusion of the different colors to make her a little bit more colorful. In particular, her top is supposed to be like a see-through sheer kind of fabric, so you can see her green skin coming out underneath it, which is a cool element. Some other little details on her, they have kept the pouch from her outfit in the movie, but she also has a winged monkey brooch and a raven in her hat. So, the witch is cool. And the last one in the collection, and the biggest one, is Glenda. And oh boy, is she a showstopper. I love how big this one is. Glenda, her outfit is really not much of a reinterpretation of her outfit from the MGM movie. There are new details that obviously were not there, on the original dress. One of the things that I do really like about this figurine in particular is how we have these clear elements like her crown and the orb. Pretty darn cool. This is not the first time that Glenda has been depicted in merchandise holding some sort of gazing orb. Tanner had an outfit that was released much earlier than this figurine that also featured Glenda with a gazing orb. So that's nothing new here, but it's pretty cool to see the inclusion. And just like with the Wicked Witch and Dorothy figurines, we also do get to see a little bit of foot from Glenda. We get to see her little pink shoe with her little butterfly motif on it. And unlike the other two, Glenda is the only figurine to not include any elements of poppies on her outfit. I don't know why, because I feel like at least with the other two figurines, that's what kind of pulled them together. So it's kind of interesting that this one doesn't have that, because they could have at least done pink poppies. That would have been interesting. But they decided to go with a little bit more of a classic feel with just the butterflies, and I'm okay with it. But anyways, let's get out the other two figures, and we'll talk about the whole collection. And this is the entire collection of the Couture de Force Wizard of Oz figures. There were only 3, Dorothy, Glenda, and the Wicked Witch. We don't typically see the Oz characters redesigned quite like this on a regular basis, so it certainly makes this particular collection a real treat to see how someone's going to redesign these 3 in particular. Now, if you were to add these to your collection, how much should you expect to pay for each one of them? Interestingly enough, when they were originally released, they were not all priced exactly the same. Dorothy and the Wicked Witch were $70, and Glenda was $85. Yes, they were pricey back then. And certainly over the past 10 years, they have definitely retained their value and also slightly increased in value. If you can get them for retail, that's definitely a good deal, but I have seen some sell for over $100 a piece, so yikes. But the nice part about this particular collection is that there's only 3 figurines. We're not talking about one of these huge collections like some of the ones from Franklin Mint that include 9 pieces. Or maybe some of the ones from the Bradford Exchange that include 12 pieces. I think there's one that includes 16? The Swirling Towards Oz. So this one's a nice one in that there's only 3 you need to go after. So it's a nice little mini collection that hopefully won't take you that long to be able to complete if you want all 3. Do you have these figurines in your Wizard of Oz collection? Let's have a discussion down in the comments section. And if you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. New videos are posted every 2 weeks on the 15th and last day of each month. And if that doesn't satisfy your appetite for Oz, follow the link in the description to ozclub.org and join the International Wizard of Oz Club. Until next time, bye y'all.